Hi, welcome you all to my video. Welcome you all to my video. And today is day 40. We are on day 44 of my 90-day content creation challenge. And today's topic is going to be customer persona. So we'll be talking in detail like what is customer persona, why do we need it, and what are the key components that are involved in creating a customer persona. And we will also cover a few examples in that. So as we start, let me share my screen quickly so that you can also have a look at the PPT which I have in place for you. So we'll talk about, so when we talk about customer persona, it's more often customer persona is also called as buyer persona. It's a fictional representation of the customers or the end users who are going to buy our product or the services that we offer to them. So that is that's called customer personas. So why do we need this? So this, when we have the customer persona in place, we will be able to understand our ideal customers, who are our ideal customers are going to be, and what are the pain points they are facing in their day-to-day life that we are trying to solve. So we'll be able to understand that clearly, and this will also help us in planning our marketing campaigns and sales campaigns, and also our development phase as well. We can plan based on the target audience and the needs of the customer end users. So that's where we need this customer persona in first place. So we can arrive at this customer persona based on the market research that we did in the initial stage as well. So during our even before the development phase or ideation starts, so we did a market research. So from there we'll have the necessary data points to arrive at our user persona or the customer persona. And that happens based on the interviews and discussions and surveys which we had with the target audience, and those inputs will be helpful for us to arrive at this customer persona. So this is about what is customer persona and why do we need this. So we'll talk more on this market research aspects in the upcoming slides. So next would be we are going to see about what are the key components involved in creating a customer persona. So when it comes to key components, there are mainly it is categorized into four different key components. First is demographic information, which talks about the customer's age, gender, education, income, and occupation. That's their how they live their life. So what is the current situation they are in, and what is their age, name, and photo. Even if we can have that, also we can get that and put it in our document. And next is about psychographic information, which talks about the interests of the customers. What is that they are very much interested in, and what are their values they abide by in their day-to-day life, and what is their lifestyle like, the day-to-day life, how are they living their lifestyle, and what are their personality traits that they have, each of the customers or the end users which you are targeting. So that is about the psychographic information. Next is about behavioral information, which talks about the customers buying behavior, how often they buy, and how do they buy it. Either it's like an impulsive buyer, or they think very much and then only they buy it. So all those things, and they don't even buy, just they come and do window shopping. That also could be one category. So that is the behavior which they have. What is the buying behavior the customer have, and what are the product usage, what are the various products they use, and what are the pain points that's there when using the product. Are they comfortable with the like mobile applications or web applications? Are they comfortable with that? And what are the pain points if they are using that? What are the pain points they face in their activities, day-to-day activities, and when they're using the apps? And what are in their lifestyle? So in their lifestyle, if they are having some pain points, that also can be added upon there. And what are the goals and motivations in their life? What is it they wanted to be, and what is that mainly motivates them in their life? That's something which we can arrive at in the behavioral information. Next is about geographical information, which talks about the location and the cultural impacts, cultural factors that has an impact on their day-to-day life. So that is about key components. These are the major various key components that we have to arrive at a customer persona, right? So hope you are clear about it. If you have any doubts in between, yes, always you can raise your queries in the comment section, so we can address it later, right? So next is we're talking about creating customer persona. So when it comes to creating a customer persona, so we initially we started with research and data collection, right? So initially we start with research and data collection. That is the first step, and next comes the, so when it comes to research and data, sorry, excuse me, yeah. So when it comes to creating personas, first is about research and data collection, where the research, market research, which we did, which we talked about earlier. So if it's an existing product and you're going to arrive at a new persona, you can target up existing customers and get the feedback from them. And if it's going to be a new product totally, and totally new service or product, then that's going to be new customers and new target audience. So we just have to get the necessary information from the target audience based on surveys and feedbacks which we talked about, and the customer interviews we have every during the market research activities. So you conduct various surveys, group discussion, or brainstorming sessions, anything. So focus group sessions, that all can be part of market research activities, that like we talked about in the previous videos on market research. So you do all those activities at the necessary data, and you start analyzing it also. The more and some more data which you can get about is the analytics of the existing product, if that is the case, or the feedbacks that is there in the social media and the websites, and any sales data that we have, is all the information you can capture, and those are the data collection activities. So you capture all those information that is there, that is going to be helpful for you to design the dev and the customer persona here. So you have those data first, you do the research, and you have the data collected, and you have the data in ready. Next is about identifying patterns. Once you have all these data available with you, you start identifying the patterns. So what are the similarities that is existing between the set of group of customers? So for example, you have research, market research, and done on around 50 customers, say for example. So there are 10 customers having a set of characteristics, and the patterns are similar. So the way whatever they're answering, the answers are similar to certain set. So you just have to identify those, analyze those patterns, and group them in a separate category. So based on the characteristics, how what are their activities, and how they, based on the key component which we talked about, right? So all those answers, if there is match, group them in a separate, put them in a separate group. Okay, that was identifying patterns and grouping them separately. And once you have the grouping done, then you start then the persona profiles. So you start creating your own customer persona profiles based on the grouping which you did, and arrive at the key components whichever covered in photo, age, income, occupation, education, then the behavioral aspects, and the lifestyle, geographic, and psychographic, all those components. You need to cover the information that is there. So have all those collaborated and put it, start creating your own persona. Once you have developed your persona profiles, that is the final one, and next comes using it well. So use the personas actively. So once you have the customer persona created, you can share it with your team, so that they can start planning their marketing and sales campaigns to target that set of audience who are going to be their ideal customers. So they are the ideal customers, is what that the customer persona talks about. So the customer personas will be the ideal customers in the end of the day once the product is released. So the campaigns can be made, can be framed in targeting only those set of audience whom we feel that be the ideal customers for our product and services. That is where you tailor the marketing messages and USPs and ads and everything only for that particular specific target personas which we have created. So that is where the customization comes in. So that's where you're using it effectively. Once you have the persona, right? So that is where it is good in sales and marketing campaigns. Also in the product development phase, you can realign the product development phases, features that is going to be coming into the product based on the inputs which we receive from the target audience. So based on the needs that they have captured, and so only that set of features will go into the development phase first. So that is how the customer personas can be used effectively. So this is about creating customer personas. Okay, yeah, that's where the product phase also is going to be applicable for. So it's about creating customer persona. So in the interviews, when you attend the product manager interview or somewhere, there could be questions like, how do you create user personas, persona, buyer persona, and you might have to answer answer what we talked about earlier. What is customer persona, and why do we need that why do we need that in first place, and what are the key components involved in that, and how do you go ahead and create a persona? So, for example, what you see on the screen. 1 minute, please. Okay, so here are some examples which I have created. So I've taken up a case like wherein, excuse me, yeah. So I have taken up a case where we are going to create user personas for a food delivery app. Okay, so we talked about one of the interview question that we have discussed earlier in one of my podcasts, I guess. Yes, so that we talked about how are you going to deploy into a new city when deploy your food delivery app in a new city. That was scenario which we discussed. I'm just combining that and this. So once you have that deployed, ready for deployment. So what is the customer persona which you're going to create, and you're going to target accordingly your sales and marketing campaigns. You're going to arrive at the marketing and sales campaigns accordingly. So how is that you're going to create, or what will be your customer persona for that particular use case? So creating a user persona or customer persona for a food delivery app. Okay, as you see on the screen, so we have a food delivery app. Say for example, you can take anything: Swiggy, Zomato, Dunzo, whatever, grocery delivery, anything, Instamart or whatever it is. So Zepto as well, yeah. So all those things are there. So we have this persona created, and what you see on the screen is, okay, let me minimize my picture. Excuse me. Yeah. So you see on the screen is you have a persona named John Doe, who is 30 years old, and he's a male, and he has done his engineering, and he's earning an income of around 15 lakhs per annum, and he's working as a senior software engineer. Okay, so his interest. This is all. First is about what are we talking first is about the key component is demographic information. Next is about psychographic, which talks about the interests and values, right? Yeah. So when it comes to psychographic information, the interest or music, the person is interested in music and reading books, and he's a foodie as such, and he loves traveling. So what are the values which abides by is efficient and he maintains integrity in his life, and he wants freedom in his life. That is one of these are some values which he follow. And when it comes to lifestyle, so this guy is working 9 to 6, and in the evenings he reads books and listens to music and types, and travels during the weekends. So what happens is, so you understand the personality, like how is that targeting is supposed to happen based on this particular customer profile, right? So he's an IT guy who is working from 9 to 6, and he spends his time on his hobbies in the evenings, and then he travels during the week. So obviously, the food delivery app is going to be very much helpful, because if he's traveling out somewhere, yes, he can order wherever he wants, something like that can happen. And when it comes to his personality, and he's too ambitious, and he's well organized, and he's really tech savvy, being an software engineer himself, right? So this is about psychographic information. When it comes to behavioral information, when it's buying preference is online shopping because it is easy and convenient to use, and then he reads reviews before purchasing most every time before even taking up a decision. So he's not the person who just like that, okay, on the spot, okay, I see this, I can buy this. No, it's not the case. That is what we are inferring from this customer persona. Okay, so then product usage, he uses productivity tools in his day-to-day activities, and time management applications that helps in managing time during his day-to-day activities in his office and at home. So these are some product usage, and what are the pain points he's getting is like limited time for personal activities. So being involved, he might obviously have some limited work-life balance and no time for personal activities. And what is the goals he has in his life is he wants to achieve a higher position at work and travel around the world, because he loves traveling, and being a foodie and loving travel, this goes well, gels together very often. So he wants to travel the world. That's his goal. So next is about the location. Lives in a metropolitan city, and though he is come from a small town, is from a small town in out of the city, right? So cultural factors influenced by urban culture very much, and though he is from town background, he is not. He has moved. He has converted to urban culture. That's what his persona talks about. So this is how a persona is going to be looking like. And for this guy, so how is that the marketing and sales campaign should happen, and what is the need for this guy, so we can identify that, and what are the pain points he's facing. Okay, we'll try to solve those things and target only those set of customers. Likewise, so this is one of the persona which we have created, for example. And also, if you have, if you're able to arrive at the photo, capture the photo, yes, you can add that also. So likewise, you can create multiple personas based on whatever research you have done. So, for example, we talked about going to interview a set of people, 50 customers. You're going 50 target audience. You're going to interview them and ask questions with them and get information from them. So this information is all you're going to get from that person. So your target food delivery app, and you're going to question the target audience based on that circle. So what he loves to eat or not, he loves cooking or not. If he doesn't love cooking, that's great. He's going to use food delivery app often, something like that. We can infer. So you're grouping it into different categories. So this is one persona which I have created, and for this particular use case. And the same use case, we have another persona which is, okay, name is you can picturize the name. So I have put in Jane Doe for example, and she is a female and age 33, sorry, age 23, just out of college, and BSc is her education, and she is earning some 5 lakhs per annum, and she is a senior associate in a company. So again, she is into, but she just started off in a she has just started off her IT career. Okay, out of college, few years kind of. So you see the difference between the person which we talked about earlier and now. So that person is nearly 30 years old and is a kind of settled guy in his life, and this person is going to she just started off in her life. And this is the behavior. This is about the demographic information. So next comes about the behavior, psychographic and behavioral aspects. So when it comes to psychographic, it talks about interest. She loves music, and then she concentrates on spiritual side. She goes to temples and does meditation, or that kind of personality, and she doesn't want to cook. So that's not her interest. Okay, this is a sample which I have created for explaining this use case anyway. So that way information will come from the market research which you have done usually. Okay, so next comes to values. She is highly productive and she maintains integrity as well, and she loves helping others very often. And the lifestyle, she is in a different time zone, shift timing, which she works from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every day during the weekdays, and she listens to music, meditation, does meditations in the evenings, and she loves to eat out because the situation calls for it. And of course, she doesn't love cooking anyway, so she loves to eat out always. So personality, she is very jovial and but little bit messy, and she's non-techie. So this is about psychographic information. When it comes to behavioral aspects, the buying behavior, she prefers both online and offline. So if she sometimes what even we do, right? So if you want to buy something, we go offline and see what is the price there. We also compare it in online, what is the price here, and then we choose the best, something like that. So she's preferring both. So for the experience which it gives. So some objects are supposed to be bought offline. Some objects is okay to buy in online. So for to feel that, have that experience, she prefers both. Okay, and she reads reviews again before purchasing online. And then comes to product usage. She just uses basic apps that in the smartphone, whichever is there in the smartphone, and all food apps which are to order food. She uses it very often. That is one of her lifeline. Okay. Next comes the pain points. She is not interested in cooking, so she wants food, but she doesn't love cooking. And how do you get that? How do you solve that? That is the scenario which I've taken up here. And goals to get married and settled in a very well settled, sorry. Just wants to get married and settled in a very good family where she doesn't have to cook at all. So that is one kind of persona which we have created here. And location, born and brought up is totally city, born and brought up in a city, and kind of then probably could be dad's little princess. So you know how people could be kind of. And the cultural factors is totally born and brought up in city, and the person the person in city, living in city, so she's totally influenced by the urban culture. So this is a user persona which we have created for another user persona which we created for the same use case. Okay, so you can compare these two. So what's the difference between this two? And this is two different target audience which we are going to go. So when the food delivery app is going to be out there out there in live, so we'll be able to derive at a marketing campaign and pick up the features these wanted. So these are the target audience, and the features is going to be uh, they should be very useful for these guys. So that is how we are going to arrive at the product features, and also the target audience. I mean, marketing campaigns is going to be around that, around these personas, right? So this is about the user persona. So we hope you got some interesting insights based on today's discussion on user personas, which we talked about now, right? So do you have any feedbacks and inputs, and if at all I have any points to add upon to whatever I have said now on customer personas? Yes, please feel free to add your comments and feedbacks and inputs. Give your inputs in the comment section below, and use my away group link in the comment section to join my group and to get more updates on product management. And you have a link to you have a calendar link also in the comment section below. Use it to schedule an appointment with me to have a one-to-one conversation with me on any product management related conversations and career consultations, right? And the link for my ebook, free ebook, which talks about 6 ways to start your career in product management, that's also available in the comment section. Use it well. So any other feedbacks? Yes, feel free to add in the comment section. I'm always happy for feedbacks, and so that will help me out to refine my inputs which I'm giving to you, and to also help others who is looking to start their career in product management. Yes. So that's it for today, and if at all, as I mentioned, this video is supposed to, I mean, it's supposed to be very much helpful for those who are looking for starting their career in product management, and likewise all other videos that I talked about. So it is going to cover you the concepts on product management, which is going to be helpful for you to have a basic knowledge on it, and you can at least use this information to start off your learning curve in product management, and take up interview questions based on these inputs. Hopefully it helped you, I believe, and see you again in the next video. And until then, this is Bharat Kumar Karnanidhi signing off. Have a nice day. Take care and bye bye.